Drink ale.
I hope that you're all having a good Saturday so far. I hope you've been looking forward to this. I know we have.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been looking forward to today's subject matter for quite some time because I don't typically talk about brands that I don't sell. And I just that might be fun for a change because there are some really, like, okay, some of these are not going to look cute on me at all. I don't care. Like, I just want to play with them. I also want to take you on a tour of my set, which is chaotic and nuts, and you know, it's kind of messy. Don't judge. It's a workspace, and you know. But I want to show you around. I want to show you the sheer impressive mass of my wig collection, because at this point, it's getting to the point where I have to be like, hey, check it out. Like, I really just want to show it because it's so crazy sauce right now. It's impressive. Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I need to like get another house just for all the hair, because what I need is to keep a reference library. This is what I do, and this is something that a lot of people know about me. I don't just collect wigs for my own use, though that is certainly a part of it. I think it's also because you know, I want to learn about these things so I can figure out, you know, what kind of things I would like to make, what I would want to do as a wig brand, that sort of thing. I also like just seeing what's available. So I buy wigs from Amazon, I buy wigs from BBSS stores, I buy wigs from Etsy, I buy a lot of wigs just to kind of see what's out there. And I think that will help me find things that you guys might like too. So I want to show you what the result of that is, which is essentially my wig library / collection. I also want to apologize up front, and Nigel, I'm sorry to monopolize the conversation, honey. I'll stop after this.
This is about your collection, I mean.
True. Okay, so that premise has been asserted, though.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I give you time to speak, but I also want to explain this. Phi on this.
Oh, what happened?
I had to take it off because it felt a little loose, and I want to make sure that I give myself gel fill-ins, and I want to make sure that, you know, with that acrylic and everything on top, that I wasn't going to let there be like a little space, because like if there's like a little gap in between the acrylic and the nail bed, you can get like bad stuff, like infections and stuff. So I don't have anything like that going on. I just had to take this off, and I haven't had time to fix it. So my apologies. But yeah, it was a goner, and I didn't want to take the chance. So, if anything, I'll be able to point at things really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, new joiners of the Silver Streak, hello, and hello, Ava.
Hello! Thank you for joining us.
That's mine.
Where's mine?
Yours is there.
You gave me a big sippy cup. It's like you know that I will spill it.
And it's insulated, so it stays colder.
You're the best. Is there anything you would like to talk about up front?
Well, in case anyone's asking, this is another one of my cocktails. It's the usual grapefruit and rose vodka with extra rose water, extra ruby red grapefruit juice, and topped up with water.
It's lovely, and it's not super heavy.
It is fresh.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very, very nice.
Hello, Shelley.
Hello. How many people do we have now?
33. 30, yeah.
Yay! Oh, that's so
says,
cool.
Hi, Cynthia. It says, I wish you had an eye-level monitor so you could show your handsome face as you administer the live stream. Well, yeah.
Why, can they not see you?
I can see the top of my head.
Right now?
See, look, watch what happens when I do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe I could lower this a smidge. Just to... I don't know. You know what?
It's very hard.
I'm going to let you lower that a little bit. And while we do that, I'm going to go ahead and just take them on this tour. Roll up for the magical tour. I don't remember how that song goes.
There we go.
Oh, did you turn this guy on?
Yes.
Oh, the battery must be dead.
Batteries are going.
Yeah, but you can see I got this from Serene for Christmas, and it's perfect. So perfect. So I had to put it right there. And you can kind of see I have a whole bunch of stuff. These are actually 3 different human hair wigs up here on the top of my set. This is actually a Milano collection wig. This was a gift from Ella. So if Ella's here, thank you, Ella. She's on proud display in every single video. This is I want to say this is this might be a Frida. I think this one's a Frida. And this one's definitely a Frida. This is Danya. You can see I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff. I even got some makeup. I have every single one of those Natasha Denona. Let's see if I can actually get this on the screen. There we go. I have every single one of these little Natasha Denona liquid multi-chromes. They're phenomenal. I have the what's it called? The duochrome palette. I have that, and there's a powder version of Scarab in there, but the liquid version is a billion times better. Like, the payoff is insane, and it lasts all day. It's phenomenal, and it's like a bright true gold that has a flash of like chartreuse and kind of a black base. It's a really cool color. Oh, I realized I still have brow pencil on my hand. How gauche. So in here we have my disgusting bathroom. My apologies. Again, it's kind of a workspace, but these are all the makeup brushes I used today. My blush and everything is Natasha Denona. Let's see. Just stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should actually show you the collection. There's part of it in there. Yeah. Okay. And then there's a bunch of it right here. Just a ton. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast. Nigel, is it actually like showing up? Because I can't see and do this at the same time. You can see Nigel's decorative contribution to the upstairs area. So thank you for that, honey. Here is more of my wig collection. And then more of it. And then these are actually wigs that I'm still working with, so I haven't put them back in their boxes. And then here is the space where I do most of my work, and it's kind of like a disaster area because it's also, you know, my tribute to the Goldblum. I'm obsessed with Jeff Goldblum. I love him. He's so freaking weird, but I love him. This is actually a Go painting. Then I have my little logos and stuff over here. And then I'm tripping on things. My degree, which is kind of pointless, but I like to look at it once in a while. That's MC Escher. That is Mandoa, apparently, and Nigel put that on as the screensaver because he's amazing. All right, so gonna go this way of armchair. Boop doop doop, so much stuff. Boop doop doop beep bop. Okay, we got more wigs in here. And then there's a big tub full of fashion wigs. Like what I'm showing you today is not the entirety of my fashion wig collection. It's literally this entire closet. Okay, and then I probably have some wigs in here. Like I have so many wigs that I'm actually using them.
Probably?
What's that?
Probably have some.
I see your point, sir. Okay, yeah, wigs, more wigs. There are wigs behind the wigs. And then we go in here and guess what? It's more wigs. Who knew? Yeah, and I got wigs here, there, and everywhere. All right, time to put this back on the stand because my arm's getting tired. Can you help me?
Of course I can. That's what I'm here for. All right, try that.
All right.
More wigs. I wish I had your storage. To be perfectly honest, Cheryl, our storage is not as great as we'd like considering. The only thing is it's just the two of us here, so we don't have other people living with us.
Yeah.
That we're able to put stuff where it is. And excuse me a second, I just noticed a problem with this. This needs to be moved back a bit so that the fibers don't get damaged.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the actual closets are not that big. But, you know. Alrighty.
What else are they saying?
John checking in. YouTube was being ornery and not letting me in.
Hi, John. I have so much space. You know, we rent this place, and we picked the place because it had this much workspace. Because we knew that we were going to be dividing the house between our stuff and sister wigs, essentially. So we picked this house for that reason. But honestly, I don't want to buy a house just yet, because if I buy a house for myself, I don't want one that's got, like, say, an open floor plan and cathedral ceilings, because it's not very energy efficient, and it feels like, you know, you're always really hot in the summer and really cold in the winter, no matter what the climate control is. And we literally have 2 air conditioners, one for the upstairs, one for the downstairs, and it is ridiculous, like, super inefficient. So
Serene says at least the wigs are soft so you can sit or sleep on them when you fill all the spaces.
That's right.
Yeah, essentially this house is upstairs entirely sister wigs.
Yeah.
Downstairs, about half sister wigs.
Yeah,
And then the other half of the downstairs actual living space.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where I've asked John, who's here in the live stream, to actually clear a room for me so I can get some of this stuff out of my hallway, because it's beginning to feel a bit like it's going to collapse in on me. But this is a good reference library for me to see what's being done, what has been done, what stuff I like, what I don't like. It's been a real education, I think. Very, very cool.
Yeah, Cheryl, we've got a few ceiling fans because this is Georgia.
Yeah.
And they seem to go for those in a big way down here.
Yeah, but I would really like to get, a ranch that doesn't have a gigantic vaulted ceiling. But those aren't great for shooting. You need really big, tall ceilings, which aren't really energy efficient to put the set in and the lighting and everything. I mean, you need tall ceilings for that stuff. So.
Yeah, for all these, we've got some reflectors here that all and sound cladding and what do you call it? The big glam mirror behind there for the lighting and the reflection and everything. So yeah, it's a setup.
For sure.
It's a big setup.
It's a ton of stuff.
Hello, Kelly.
But yeah, this is not the entirety, even close, of my fashion wig collection. This is literally, there was a stack, and I was like, hey Nigel, let's just do that stack.
Yeah.
So that's how we
brought
picked
the
them.
stack in.
We're gonna do a stack. Otherwise, this would go on for 20,000 years. So.
And thank you, Cynthia.
Oh, what'd she say?
Cynthia says, Heather and Nigel, it's you I like. Great tour.
Oh, thank you.
Wendy says it's about 110 Fahrenheit in Australia this morning. Sunday morning,
In the morning.
Too hot.
In the morning. It's that hot. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully you have better insulation than we do. Wowzers.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And very yeah, and very few huntsman spiders. They're about, that face hugger out there?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, only lightning fast.
No.
Yeah, quite.
That is just a bunch of no.
But
You
they
just
just-
described no.
But they generally don't bite people and they eat cockroaches. They're just creepy as all get out.
But they can stay outside. We love all those
But
little creatures as long as they stay outside. But the minute they come into the house, they're the enemy, Nigel.
Ah! Suki says, aloha from Hawaii, Heather and Nigel. My first time joining. Thank you, Suki.
Nice to have you with us. So I guess I'll go ahead and start. And so, you might have to do some talking and stuff while I style some hair, because what I'm going to have to do with some of these, because they're literally fashion wigs, is that I might have to cut the lace off. And I might have to mess with the parts a little bit, so I got a little rat tail comb here. I'm not going to do a bunch of extensive styling, though, because I want to show you a whole bunch of these. But I want to do them justice, so I'm going to do it as quickly as possible, which means it might look kind of ratchet, but it will still look better than me not doing anything at all, I hope. So.
Right, well, Leora Allen says, happy Saturday from Northern California.
Hello!
Lisa says, I do not know how you handle wearing wigs in the heat. I tip my wig to you all. Yeah, that's a challenge.
It depends. Sometimes really short open cap wigs, like little shake and goes, can be really nice in the summer because they will protect your head just like a hat, and they're actually lighter and breathe better than a hat. But what you want to avoid definitely is like really long wigs. I mean, I think maybe anything more than a pixie is gonna be hard for some folks, depending on the climate.
Right, so, want to get started on that then?
Yeah. So I'm going to be back here just kind of hanging out and playing with this wig to get it on. And this, I already know, is going to look terrible on me. This is
Shelly, her shirt says, it's a date,
It's
and
a
it has
date!
a happy little date.
This is one of my favorite fun shirts, and I have many. This is not a good color for me because I have a cool skin tone. So people are always like, hey, how do you know what's cool and what's warm? Well, I have kind of like a pink undertone to my skin when I don't wear makeup. But the problem is I don't just have a pink undertone to my skin. I also have a little bit of ivory. And that can make it confusing for some folks when they're not just this or all just that. But we can be multi-nuanced creatures. So the thing is, because this is an extreme representation of what warm is, it's probably going to give you a good idea of what we're getting on about the clashing that can happen. Because I love this color, and I don't really have to do anything like trim the lace or anything, because there is none on this wig. It's a hard front wig. It's not too terribly different from our Ambrose, even though this is definitely longer and fuller and the cap is definitely a little tighter. This is a Bobby Boss wig called Hadley, and the color is TT1B/yellow, and I love how they spell yellow. That's very branded. It's interesting.
That's not too far off from how the Anglo-Saxons spelt yellow. They only had one L in it.
And it was all yellow.
Oh, yeah, it was spelt with a G. Geolu. Yep, yellow.
This looks dreadful on me, but I still love it. And I think that if I played with my makeup a little bit, I could actually get this to work pretty well. It's just because I ran with the kind of almost nude but not quite look. I'm only wearing like a tinted moisturizer and lippy lingerie from Tarte and some mascara and some Super Shock shadow from ColourPop in the color Frog. That's what I've got on right now. I'm that Natasha Denona blush.
Right, okay, got a question from Ava. What's the design on Nigel's shirt like the color combo? Well, as Aaron pointed out, this is the logo for Cobra, who were the bad guys from the G.I. Joe series and cartoon in the series. The guy who played Cobra Commander was called Chris Latta, who also went by the stage name Chris Collins. He was the original Mr. Burns and Smithers in The Simpsons. He passed away in 1994, but he did all kinds of voices in cartoons in the 80s, like he did Cobra Commander, Starscream, he was in a few other things, and basically high-pitched, raspy kind of voices. Oh, but my dear Destro, sort of thing.
Yay!
But my dear Commander. Anyway, that was Arthur Burkhart, by the way. Fun guy, Arthur Burkhart. Yeah. Anyway. So, Leora Allen says, Nigel and Heather, you are my favorite couple on YouTube. Thank you!
Thank you! Oh, we're so happy you guys are here.
And the color combination is red on black. I've also got one which is red on navy blue.
Alright, I think it's time for another one. But you can see what I mean when I get this on, though, right? It's like, this would look really awesome on somebody with some gold undertones, but on me it's just like, what? But I think if I really went crazy with the makeup, like black lipstick and, you know, really, really dramatic black makeup, I think if I went kind of harsh with the makeup, this would look really cool. Maybe like neon purple somewhere. I mean, if I played it up like it was a style, it would probably look fun. That's why I keep it around, because I think this would still be a cool color to make. But it's just, it's one of those style choices, you know? You wanna?
Yeah.
You wanna?
That's definitely a very nifty golden yellow. You know what it looks like? It reminds me of goldfinches. American goldfinches, not the European goldfinches.
Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze.
Gesundheit. Her little kitten sneezes make me break up, I swear.
That is literally how I sneeze. It is... No, it's ridiculous. It's like a curse.
It's adorable.
How are people ever going to take me seriously with a sneeze like that? I need a scary sneeze that makes small animals jump.
Oh, you like mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem is, Heather's built like an opera singer. So am I. I have like well, before I worked in a smoke-filled casino, I had a 6-liter lung capacity, and when I sneezed, I felt like I would break a rib every so often. It would be loud enough to scare birds 5 doors down.
Oh, this is one we used to carry. This is Finn from Vivica Fox. And this one, oh gosh, what's the color on this one? This is not the right bag for this, but it is, I don't remember, but it's some kind of teal color. I really liked it because it's got kind of like a silvery color blended in with it. It reminds me of like one of those girls from She-Ra. Which is the one? Is that Mermista that has
Mermista.
Yeah.
Or Frosta had bluer hair.
And so this is an extreme example of a cool color. Because a lot of times when we say that something's got an ashy undertone to it, we basically are saying that, you know, it's got a very subtle, kind of like violet, green, blue kind of undertone. Very, very subtle, that changes the way that the color is refracted in the hair. So that can be really subtle sometimes, like in the difference between, say, like a really light beige blonde and a really light platinum, you know, because a platinum's going to have that slight undertone, whereas a beige blonde is not. It's going to be a little bit more neutral than that. In fact, it's probably going to, a lot of times those kinds of blondes have even just a little bit of gold to them. But anyway, I'm gonna part that there. I've already trimmed the lace on this one, and I think I did that on camera when we reviewed this wig. But I love this color, and I've been trying to come up with ideas actually for a, you know, moon kitty themed teal, because I think that'd be really cute. I think this one, if I made the root shorter, would be really, really cute, or at least a good contender for that sort of thing. I know she wasn't a real hot seller when we had this Vivica Fox wig, and this one I believe is called Finn. And it's a lot like the Estetica Finn. They're almost identical. The caps are different, and this one has more hair because it's for the BBSS market. But they're very, very similar styles, and they used to both be owned by the same parent company. So I wouldn't be shocked if they're making that style for each client base because it's such a good one.
All right, I got Cheryl's Erin saying loves the teal.
Thank you.
Kathy says, Heather, you look amazing in all colors and styles.
That's so nice.
Serene says, I really like the colors you've designed and how they blend with the cool and the warm so everyone can wear them.
Thank you. Now that might be hard to do with something like a teal or a bright yellow, though. They're pretty specific look choices, you know?
Kathleen got her Ainsley today in Harlow Blonde and she loves it.
Oh, yay!
Kelly says the curls are so fun. Susan loves the teal. Shelly F says, yes, shorter root. Alina, that's a new name. Hello, Alina.
Hello.
OMG, snowflakes are scared of sneezes. Well, let's just see here. Yep.
All right. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to another one. And let's see.
Leora says, speaking of Estetica, do you have anything in Americano?
That is something that I wanted to ask you guys about. Like, we're not actually carrying those just yet, those Estetica coffee themed wigs, wig colors, but I have samples of all 4 of them here at the house. And I wanted to know if you guys would be cool with doing that for next week's live stream, because if I carry them, I want to be your choice. Because I wanted to wait till the FOMO died down a little bit, because all that really does is result in people getting frustrated and returning a lot of stuff. So, you know, it's not something I want to subject people to if I can help it. And I was also a little salty about how that whole thing went down, which I've already discussed, so I don't need to rehash that. But,
Hello, Anita.
hello! But yeah, I would be interested in showing them to you, and then you guys can decide. Or if you only like a couple of them, we can take a look. We can look at all 4 of them. You guys can tell me which ones you want, that sort of thing.
Well, we've got a lot of support for that idea.
All right.
Leora, Kathleen, Silver Streak, Serene, Leora again, Elisa, Kathy, Tina. Yeah, so basically generic approval all around the board. Ooh.
Yeah, this one is another, I believe this is a Bobby Boss wig. And I trimmed the lace on this, though, crappily. I did not do it well at all. There's like this little jagged bit. And with fashion wigs, you know, especially if you've not worn them before, you really need to know that when you cut the lace, some of the hair at the front hairline is gonna fall out as a result, right? And it's not a big deal. It's something you should expect. And these will shed quite a bit more than the wigs that we're used to. So just kind of keep that in mind too. It's not necessarily a bad sign right away. It's just they put a ton of hair on these, so they shed more.
Love that one.
Yeah. What is this one called? I don't even have the tag for this one. I think this is. We used to carry this one too. This was one that we sold, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's super cute.
Yes, it is, and I love the color. Got a little bit of dark teal, some dark violet in there, some dark wine. As you may recall from the live stream we did about my favorite color wigs, I like dark wigs.
Yeah. I have not brushed this though or combed it. I'm kind of afraid to actually, just because it's a heat-friendly fiber and it's so long. Oh, but it's like a really pretty oil slick color, and I believe that this one actually has the word oil in it.
There you go, Serene. That answers your question.
Oh, did she ask what color this is?
She says, is that the oil slick color?
Yes. So if you like any of the stuff that I'm showing you and you think any of this might be stuff to like look into making, let me know. Though obviously I would want to tweak it a little bit just so I'm not like being shameless about it. But yeah, this is such a pretty wig. It's just got a ton of hair, and frankly it feels really scratchy on even with the wig cap just because it's a fashion wig. But geez, it's pretty. But yeah, happy to get that off. Oh, this next one's another really warm
I agree,
one.
Liz, it is gorgeous. I agree, Liz, it is gorgeous.
It's got a little bit of burgundy in it. And that burgundy is like the predominant color throughout. But it also has violet, just beautiful color. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in its thingy-mabobber. The next one is another really extreme warm color, and I'm really excited to show it because it's so stinking cute. But again, it's one of those colors that I don't think is gonna work for me unless I do my makeup specifically to make that work. I might ask you to do that because I'm struggling. I gotta do my nails tonight, so here you go, honey. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to the next one while he does that. I love this color. It's like a creamsicle. And the style is very pretty too. I'm interested to know what you think of the style. It's called Valencia, and I believe that this is a Bobby Boss wig. Now, what I mentioned on the last one was how uncomfortable it was. I'm trying to make sure that the wigs I'm making are comfortable because that's going to be one of the biggest differences between what we do and what these other companies do. I want to make sure that, you know, we're differentiating a little bit, not just copying people. So in this case, I have to cut the lace, and I got the stuff here. And this is actually easier for me to do sitting down, obviously, but I'm going to try to show you. This is obviously like a mocha colored lace, and it goes all the way past the ear tab. And you got to be really careful around the ear tab areas. And just kind of take your time with it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Best I could do.
And I'm not going to try to do it too perfectly because that actually takes some time. But yeah, here. And I like to get it right up to the edge of the hair if possible, simply because the lace is so much darker than my actual skin. Which means that, you know, if I were going to wear this out as my actual hair, I'd probably pluck some of the hair out too, just to kind of make it look like it has a more convincing hairline. Like, that's the issue with the fashion wigs. They're almost always a lot of extra work, but that can be fun in and of itself. But that's one of the reasons why our wigs tend to be more expensive on the medical end of things, because a lot of this stuff is being done for you in the factory. I made a whole video about that though, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think I called it something like why are BBSS wigs less expensive than medical wigs or something like that. I can't remember precisely. So lace cutting achieved. And I'm gonna try to get some of that extra hair off because I know it's gonna shed, and I'd rather it shed in my hand than all over my floor. And you want to make sure that when you're doing this step, you don't pull too hard, because this lace is really, really flimsy compared to the stiff lace on our lace frontal wigs. And so you can really pull that and snag it if you're too aggressive with it.
Michelle asks, have you done a video on showing how and why you would pluck and then demo the how-to?
No, but if you'd like me to, let me know, because I'd be interested in doing anything you guys are interested in seeing. Okay, I think I got most of that, and so far there's not been a ton of shedding, which is great. Okay. Throwing that over there.
Okay.
I love this color. It's so stinking cute. And this wig is very cute.
Silver Streak says, laying down the edge is challenging. Do you have a demo on that?
No, I can do that too if you like. I mean, I don't typically have issues with my edges simply because I have a very squared off hairline. But like on these wigs in particular, like this is really tight on me. So I would probably need to use some kind of adhesive on here, like maybe some It Stays or something like that. A lot of people swear by Got to Be Glued products, but I would probably have to put something there, even if it's just a firm hold spray. Yeah, and you can kind of see when I get this on, look at how perfectly rounded that hairline is. It doesn't look natural when it's like that. So a lot of people will actually pluck some of the hair, particularly like right at the front and at the part, just to kind of make it look more natural. I actually don't mind this part the way it is. So I wouldn't do that, but maybe the front hairline could use a little bit of work because it's a little too round.
Yeah, people are saying that it's very nice, but maybe a shorter root would be nicer.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, other than from like here down, you know, what if we made this like a 6, you know, and not whatever this is. It's a 4. It's a 4. And this color is called, oh gosh, ST4/Cremorgue. And the wig again is called Valencia by Bobby Boss.
That sounds like a villain from something. Cremorgue the Demolisher.
So, anybody saying anything about the color or the style?
Lisa says it's very Veronica Lake-ish, beautiful style.
I think it's very pretty.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Most of the people were saying that it would be nice with shorter root.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. I would also lighten it. I'd make it a different color.
Kelly Stoff says root color like Harlow Blonde R would be nice.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking too, or maybe something closer to a 6. You know, a medium but short root would be nice. But on Harlow Blonde, that is a 14, and I think that might be a little bit too bright with this color, because that's a really, really warm blonde. So if I wanted to do something that was like a light brown or a dark blonde root on this, I would really have to make it something that complemented how gold this hair is. Harlow Blonde's quite a bit cooler than this.
And J. Deb says that's wicked cute.
Thank you. All right, well, good to know.
Isn't this like the Bardot style, says Cheryl?
Bardot is actually way more blown out looking. And in fact, let me go grab one.
Okay.
Chat the girls.
Wendy James says would love it in a lilac color. Yes.
Ooh, yes. Well, we have one of those. Lilac colors.
Well, let's talk about regional stuff. For all our Hawaiian viewers out there, I'm drinking some pineapple flavored water. Mahalo. I was just talking to my mother earlier today, and she was watching a cooking program, and Barry Humphries, aka Dame Edna Everidge, came out with his own recipe for fish cakes that Mum would like to try sometime, so they sounded bloody good. Oh, hint, pineapple is the best. It's bloody good. If I can't have actual pineapple juice, this is the next best thing. Number 8. Is that a Beatles reference there, Kathleen, or root color or something? Cream orange. Yeah. Yeah, cream orange, I can see that.
I like saying Cremorgue.
Cremorgue the Demolisher.
This is Bardot in South Beach Sands, so she's a lot more blown out. This is a way more structured curl with the flat ends. And Bardot doesn't have any lace. This has a lace front and a lace part. And this is very much an open cap wig with permatease. But they both, and this also has a hard front, obviously. And I have not put any products or anything in this. I literally just kind of fluffed it up with my fingers and made sure that the part was laying a little bit flat-ish. You don't want it to lay too flat though, because if you flatten out that permatease, it'll expose tracks, because there's not a ton of hair on this wig. We wanted it to look really full, but we also wanted it to be very lightweight. So.
Love the Bardot. Wow, so flattering. Thanks for the explanation, says Cheryl.
You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the next one. This next one's real fun too. Oh, it's gonna be good.
I'm gonna net that one out and give it.
Please do. Teamwork. Thank you. All right, and I'm gonna keep Bardot over here.
This one's intact. This is gonna be easy.
All right, this is such a cool color. Ah! All right, this one is the, this is from Otra. And this is part of their Color Bomb series. And I'm obsessed with their Color Bomb series. I think I have one of literally all of them. I'm kind of obsessed. I think they're good reference pieces because this is the kind of stuff I would like to do even when it's no longer trendy. Like, I've just always been a fan of really vibrant hair colors.
Yeah, the color of this last wig was Cremorgue, and what was the one on the Ainsley? Not the Ainsley, the Bardot.
The Bardot, that was South Beach Sands.
South Beach Sands, okay,
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so this color is called Alm Rose Dip, as in like ombre rose dip, and it's a really good example of the difference between a lot of the like tipped colors that we have in our store and what an actual ombre color looks like. Because an ombre color is gonna look dip dyed. There's gonna be a really obvious line where it looks like it was dipped, and that's where the dye was. That is what an ombre color will look like. Balayage, or something that's meant to approximate balayage, is instead of looking dip dyed, it gets gradually lighter at the tips, but it also has hand painted highlights all over the top of it and the sides. But they're painted on to be very random and to basically play up the natural texture of the hair. And it looks really, really cool, but it's expensive, and it's something that you can't really duplicate in a wig unless it's like a human hair wig that you had custom dyed for you.
Silver Streak says, is that a reverse ombre?
This? I would just consider this an ombre. Because well, actually, no, you're absolutely right. This is a reverse ombre because usually in most ombre colors, they're lighter at the bottom. So good call there.
And Wendy says, looks a bit like Hairdo's peachy keen color, which I have and love.
That's a really pretty color.
And Cheryl says, like balayage.
Yeah, balayage is very cool. I'm going to have to cut the lace on this. Before I do, let me put this on because I want to show you the baby hairs, which I'm also probably going to end up cutting off because I don't need them. You can see how dark this lace is.
Silver Streak says, thank you, Heather, you're the master of colors.
Well,
that's nifty.
I learn a lot from people like you, because people, you know, even say things I wouldn't have even thought to say, hey, this is a reverse ombre, but that was totally right on. So, see? That was like a learning thing for all of us. But this is a nifty color, but you can kind of see it's almost like it's got bangs because of how thick the baby hair is. The baby hair is supposed to be something that people use to help lay it down, you know, make it look more natural. But I don't have those naturally, so to me they just feel really foreign. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the lace and the baby hairs off. And I think before that I do that, I actually want to take the makeup off my hands so that isn't in your face the whole time. I always keep these Neutrogena makeup remover wipes on my makeup vanity. Not to use on my face because they leave like a residue. But they're really great in a pinch if you need to remove makeup from your hand or something like that, or from your table.
Cheryl says, yes, other wig companies are starting to copy Heather's colors. Starting to? They've been doing it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's a
Not
thing.
that we're bitter.
Oh, honey. That's all right.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. No, money is.
No.
Pay up. I'm kidding.
Nigel.
I'm kidding.
Quit being so aggro.
I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to be amusing.
You know me. I take everything literally. I'm like, what are you doing?
Sorry. Aurora says, get them, Nigel.
Back boy. Down. Alright, so these are the baby hairs that I'm about to cut off. Say goodbye. And you can kind of see they're sticking out a little bit further than the rest of that hair is. So we're probably going to see me cut quite a bit of this hair. That's alright. That is part of what this is about.
John is blaming the Cobra shirt on my aggression. And Aaron says, I use water wipes as makeup wipes, good for baby butts in my face. I used to use that when I used to use those when I was in the theater to take my stage makeup off.
I use cold cream, but then I have to take off the cold cream residue because I break out. But my skin dries out so bad if I try to use something really astringent because I'm old. And at least my skin behaves as though I am old. And it just dries out like a desert. I'm constantly moisturizing. All right, hair everywhere because of that lace getting cut. And I'm only halfway done. So here we go. Whoa! And if you don't know to expect this, you can probably imagine that's fairly traumatizing, particularly if you've experienced hair loss, right? Ah! So sorry if this is in any way triggering. Just know that this is a part of doing this to a lace front wig. Some of that hair that was attached, and we're probably gonna have to run a vacuum in here. I would choose to wear velvet pants today.
Trousers.
Oh God. That's still one of the most, like, okay, I know I've told you guys this story before, but I'm gonna sit down and do the rest of this and tell you.
I can tell them while you do
Go
that.
ahead then, because this is one of those moments that helps define who I am as a person. Really, it's sad.
Well, anyway, what happened? Now in Britain, in English, pants is short for underpants. So if you hear anyone in Britain say pants, they mean underpants or bad, as in that's pants. It's bad. Heather, we were at a miniature golf course, and a little boy waiting behind us said was wearing these trousers with cute dinosaurs all over him. And Heather looked at him and said, "I like your pants," and they just sort of looked at her, like, mommy. So we had to clarify that. Kathleen says, "What is the cost of a wig like this, approximately?"
I believe that this was probably like $40-ish. They don't last as long, but and you need to use adhesive most of the time. You can find stuff like this once in a while that will have an elastic band in the back, or that you can add an elastic band to the back of, so you don't have to apply glue. And when you see a wig in this space marketed as glueless, that is what, I mean, in the Black Beauty Supply market, if you see one that is marketed as glueless, that generally means that there is some kind of elastic in the back that will help the wig stay in place without it, and that the fit is gonna be kind of tight because it's meant to not need. It's like our wigs a little bit. It's meant to fit right up against the head.
Andrea says, "I love your honesty with everything you do for us. We need you advocating for us as customers. Thank you very much."
Oh, you're welcome.
Cheryl says, "When storing wigs, do we put nets back on in the box?"
Oh, for sure. Hair nets are your friend, and we actually order extra ones just so that way we never run out, because those hair nets, they, like, if you want to, say, stack the wig boxes like someone like me, there's always a chance that they could always topple over, right? Or that, you accidentally, put them in a closet and then they just kind of go, pff. Well, if you put them in a hairnet, they kind of stay in place. They don't get all disheveled. Same thing if you travel a lot, the hairnets are a really good thing, and they also help keep the flyaways and static to a minimum a little bit, because there's less friction on the hair when you're putting it back in the box, but that's a really minor thing.
And Cheryl says, "What about tissue paper?"
I try to keep all of the original packaging if I have it, and even some of these BBSS wigs, I kept the tissue. I kept the original packaging, and when I put them back in their bag, I put them back in their original packaging. So it's good stuff to keep handy. I do have some more wigs to get through, so let me know, if you haven't already, what you think of this. I love the bright pink here at the tips.
Well,
Big fan.
Serene says it reminds her of cotton candy, and Erin agrees completely.
Yeah, I love colors like this. I would probably make the root just a little shorter, just it depends on the wig for me, and sometimes it depends on the aesthetic. Like, I thought, for example, Evangeline would look really good in that cool opal brown without a root, because it's such a soft, feminine cut and styling. And I thought the root would be too harsh, but with Fallon, I wanted her to look a little edgy, like she had a little bit of an attitude. So I put the root on there, and I made sure that it was kind of dramatic, but still not as long as this. It's still a shorter root than this, but I wanted it to look really dramatic with that really dark bang, because I just felt like that was going to be the attitude of that girl that would wear that wig.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next one, I think.
Moving on to the next one?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless they want to talk about
Silver
this
Street asked, "Can you compare this to Strawberry Shake R?"
Sure, if I can find one. Give me a sec.
Okay. So, Can you sell those nets? I need to replace them. Well, Liz, it's funny you should ask that because we just ordered a bunch off Amazon recently because we need to replace a few around here and put stuff back into storage. So we ordered like a big pack of 100 off Amazon. So you can get them fairly cheaply off Amazon. Let's see. Ha! Kathy says she never had an attitude until she put on a Felix.
Yes.
Heather like that, thank you. Yeah, can we use the tissue paper that comes around the Sister Wigs boxes? Don't see what. Well, possibly. They're good for packing in the cap of the wig to help it keep a little more puffy shape, so there's not so much of a fold on it. But Heather's given a recent video about curing taco head syndrome. So, ouch.
Sorry, this
That's
is
okay.
Strawberry Shake, much more pastel, and it is actually a traditionally kind of tipped color, so it gets lighter at the tip compared to this, which definitely does not get lighter at the tips. As somebody pointed out, who was that? Somebody said that it was a reverse ombre. Whoever said that, completely right.
Yes.
I know I've said that like a billion times,
Yeah.
but still, credit where credit is due. That's kind of the difference.
And Wendy says, should you store your wigs inside out in the boxes?
Depends. Did they come that way? Seriously, I always recommend taking a look at how they arrive, because in best case scenario, that's gonna be how you should store the wig long term. So sometimes wigs are inside out because they're like razor cut, and again, you want to minimize friction. And you'll see this a lot in wigs that are really long sometimes, because you can get the hair to kind of curl that way inside the box for easier storage. So there are a bunch of different reasons why they would choose that. Oh gosh, do I have sleep sand? No, I think it was just glitter.
I'm gonna put the strawberry shake on a sec.
You want to put this on?
No. Weiser asked if you could put it on.
Oh! I was like, if you really want to, Nigel.
It's not my color, though.
Now, I have not styled this or anything, so the part has not been worked. I just wore it outside and took some pictures with it on, but this is more or less how she comes. I would probably use a little bit of heat to get this to lay a little bit more smoothly over here, but you can see why I keep asking to go for like 6s and stuff, though, because this color rooting's a little bit too light for me, and it's hard for me to pull off if any of my bio hair is poking through. But it's not too bad. Definitely a lighter color, though. And this one, by the way, has permatease, as I mentioned earlier. So this wig has permatease, and you have to be kind of cool with hard front wigs with permatease. Either one, and if not, you might want to go for something like Giselle by John Renault would get you pretty close to this. Bobby by Envy would get you kind of close to this. Taboo by Ellen Villa would get you kind of close to this. So there are a bunch of wigs that have fancier cap features that will get you close to this length and this kind of style with different feature sets. So just kind of keep that in mind if it's a hard no for you for a hard front, you know what I mean?
And the root on that one is a what?
This is actually, I believe, I want to say it's an 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, it's a medium golden brown.
Excellent. Right. What we got next?
Alrighty. Oh, I think I got hair in my bra. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I needed people to know why I was digging in there. So this,
yes.
I love this color very much. This is Taisha by Sensational. This is part of their Empress Lace Parting wig collection.
That's going to be a good one. Give me that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This is a gorgeous wig. This one does not have a lace front on it, but it does have a lace part. I'm going to hand you this.
Yep.
This was another one, but that I wanted to show you as like a candidate for what we would do with one of our greens. I just want to find a nice base, and then I will probably tweak it to make it look more like, you know, a unique color. I like this base as opposed to the pastel one I mentioned earlier, because it's got such beautiful colors in it. It's got this very vibrant sort of almost like a cerulean blue mixed in with like a pine hunter green color, and the result is just like a really beautiful dark teal. So
That's like true teal, that is.
it's fantastic. The root's probably a bit too harsh. And of course the fiber's a little shiny. But oh, it's so pretty.
It is. It looks very good.
Oh, that comb is like digging into my scalp right now, though. There's like a comb on each side here. Ugh.
Color's great. Curls are great.
Yeah,
Length is good.
yeah. Just a very... And this one does have baby hair, too. You can see that. It's just not as thick as it was on that Bobby Boss wig.
Mermaid hair, says Elisa. And yes, I was just thinking of Mermista again.
So do you guys like this kind of teal or that pastel-ish one from earlier?
Okay, so dark teal or pastel? That's the question.
Let me grab that one real quick.
While we wait for this.
This one, I'm not going to take it out of its packaging again, aside from just removing it, but the one from earlier.
Teal or robin's egg? Teal
This isn't really
or
robin's egg.
It's
Ish.
closer to robin's egg than, say, like a true turquoise.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. It looks
both, says Aaron.
like, would you wear
Yeah.
a color like this? I mean, I know I would, but then again, there's a lot of stuff I would wear that a lot of people probably wouldn't be into.
Cheryl suggests balayaging both together.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun.
Teal is generally winning, though.
Yeah. I tend to look good in the darker colors, though, so that doesn't really shock me. It makes it look like my skin is actually good. Alright. Gonna stick this one back. Oh, there you go, honey. And then I'll get this one, since I just took it back out, and undid your work. Alright. I think I might take a little bit of a break to just have something to drink. And then I got two more on this side of the stack, and they're both Bobby Boss wigs.
This is another red one.
Oh no. Yeah, these hairnets tend to be a little cheaper. I'm gonna cut the lace sitting down since I already showed you a couple times how to do this. I'm just gonna do it quickly and talk a bit before I put this one on. But this one is a Bobby Boss wig called Diana, and the color is TT1B P-U-R
Permf.
P-U-R
Wow.
M-F.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Love this. But there's a reason why I love it, and that's why I want to take a moment to just kind of talk. This wig back here in the middle of my set has a very prominent placement in the set for a reason. And that's because this is the first wig I ever bought, ever. I bought it when I was, I want to say 18. I was probably 18 or 19. I mean, it was before I met you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was before I met you. So that was a really long time ago, because I met him in 99. So I bought this wig probably in 98. Sounds about right. My hair started to thin when I was 17. So I started experimenting with fashion wigs like this from a very young age. And in fact, I wore a lot of wigs from like Motown Tress and R&B Collection and Bobby Boss, etc., during that time. Does this even have a brand? No, it doesn't. But it does have that elastic in the back. This is absolutely a costume wig, for sure. I bought it at Mr. Fun's in Kent.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
love that. That's where I got my Greedo mask in hands. They
That's-
probably disintegrated by now. It's been
That's
so
where
long.
I got this. And, I mean, it's such hot garbage, but I love it. It feels like crap. Because I bought it back before I knew how to take care of these properly. I used a whole bunch of products on it I should not have used, and it just doesn't move right. It looks really beat up, but theoretically, a synthetic wig will last you a really long time if you take care of them properly.
Kelly says, I love that one. Do that.
Do this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very sentimental to me. It's literally black and purple. That's it.
Very nice.
But yeah, I've kept this the whole time. I mean, at least it smells good. I've always kept it clean. It's just that's an argument for why you shouldn't use anything other than wig-safe products or things that are good for a synthetic fiber. Because I think I might have used baby shampoo or something like that, and the ends just feel awful, and they don't move very well. But it's over 20 years old, so whatever.
Looks like Agent 99 from Get Smart. Would you believe?
Whoop, whoop.
Cone of silence.
Oh.
Love the kind of crimped-looking multicolor pastel one behind you, says Wiser.
This one,
Yeah.
I believe that this is another wig from, I want to say Zurich. I want to say that this is part of their mermaid hair collection. I've always been a big fan of it. And here, I'll put this on. I won't trim the lace on it though, because that lace helps it blend in to the, oh, I already did trim the lace. Never mind. Okay. I was going to say, I thought it was helping it blend in really, really well, but it's because I trimmed it. So I just negated my own point. That happens. All right, this is probably a mess right now. Okay, where is the part? I know that it exists. Maybe it's just not on right. These are tricky sometimes.
There's so much use of the word purple in here. It reminds me of Homer Simpson.
Purple.
Purple.
Oh, that is an extreme side part. No wonder I was missing it. Oh boy. I would probably take a hot comb if I were going to wear this, and I would comb this up a little bit. But yeah, this is what, who was asking about laying down the edges earlier? Sorry,
Good question. It's a while back.
Somebody very wise asked about laying down the edges, and that's what she was getting on about. See how that kind of wants the that's not cute, right? Especially like, let's say that you're trying to wear this like it's your actual hair. Then most people will probably know in this kind of color that's absolutely a wig. Who cares? It's great. They would just think that you buy really cool wigs. But
Silver Streak says you look like you should be riding a horse in a fairy tale.
I am making a wig, by the way, that is this length. It's just a different color.
Kelly says you need a shell top.
Yeah, I love this hair. But yeah, you would have to lay this down. So a lot of people use like got to be glued hairspray. They let it dry with a blow dryer a little bit so it gets nice and tacky, and then they just lay that down and just let it lay there, and then they blend it in with their makeup. But yeah, I just want to show you what that looked like since somebody asked. Here's the back. I can't do this kind of demonstration without at least attempting to show off the back. What kind of hair model would I be? Hopefully that's all getting in there.
Riding a unicorn, lol. Paulina says, will you be making more Ainsley wigs?
Yes.
Yes.
I will buy anything that you guys like. So basically I'm just waiting for reviews to come in. And then once I get an idea of the things people like, what they don't like, we will opt to make more or make fewer or tweak, rinse, repeat. I like this because it's kind of like you guys get to be part of the creative process too, which I think is super fun.
Oh, Brunhilde, says Kelly stuff. Hi, Otto! More Tahitian sunset, says Shelley F. Oh yeah, on the way.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff in the works actually, and once I get samples, I'll try to put pre-orders up and debuting them and stuff like that. All right, so here is the other purple that I was mentioning.
Like that one.
This one's really vibrant. You know what? Maybe I won't bother to trim the lace because how much time are we spending? We've already been here an hour.
57 minutes.
And I'm not even halfway through yet, so I'm just gonna put it on. Okay.
Elisa says my Ainsley arrived Tuesday. I'll post pics then.
Oh, fabulous! Thank you very much. I love how bright this is. It's almost the same color as my scissors. You detecting a theme here. I love this color. But yeah, this color again is TT1B Perf, and it's Diana by Bobby Boss. And it's stacked. It's purple on top, black on the bottom. And boy, this is a yaki textured wig, and it definitely feels like a yaki textured wig. Yeah. Yeah, have you ever felt yaki hair before?
Well, I have now.
Yeah, it's got... Yaki hair is intriguing because it's made to look a little bit like relaxed afro hair, you know? So it's got a little bit of this like rippling texture to it.
Erin says you look like a purple Morticia.
Ooh. Is that what you were giggling about?
A little bit, yeah. Also, I was thinking maybe a villain from Strawberry Shortcake.
What was her name?
Not a specific one in general, but that looks exactly like the kind of dark purple they would. Maybe it's like the peculiar purple pieman of Porcupine Peak's sister or something.
When they would talk about him, would they have to say that entire name?
What, the peculiar purple pieman of Porcupine Peak? Well, whenever he mentioned it, he went full on and said, not only said his entire name, the peculiar purple pieman of Porcupine Peak, he also added in and a soft shoe routine. I did research on that yesterday, believe it or
Oh,
not.
why? More importantly, honey.
Because purple hair.
It's just such a random thing for a middle-aged man to look up.
Well, there's...
What
okay,
rabbit
listen.
hole have you fallen down on YouTube?
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I had... This is interesting. I was trying to type out the words cherry cobbler, okay? But my fingers were going faster than my brain, and it came out as cherry clobber. And I thought, you know what? That sounds like an MMA fighter from Strawberry Shortcake. And she'd
I knew there would be some kind of weird guy.
there had to be a
reason for
weird
this.
guy thing, yeah. So Cherry Clobber, the MMA fighter of Strawberry Shortcake.
That was worth the story.
She has a boyfriend, you know. Bumpkin Spice.
Is this real?
No.
Okay. That's brilliant. You had me going for a second that somebody created a meme or like some kind of weird fanfic about this. Oh no, is this like a Rule 43 moment? I hope not.
You are only on the beginning of middle age. 40 is the new 30, says Paulina.
Goodness, I hope so. I hope so. My health was not very good when I was in my 20s and teens. Alright, this is... Oh, I've showed you guys this one before, and I love this. This is a human hair wig.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's human hair. Let me check. This is a human hair blend, so there is some heat-friendly synthetic in here. This is also glueless. It's got that adjustable band that I mentioned earlier. This is one that has baby hair, and it is pre-plucked. This is actually a pretty deluxe wig from Bobby Boss called Olivia with an A. Olivia. And the color is called Vivichok. I wore this during our Halloween live stream, and I have not combed it since then. I really should, just so that way it doesn't get funky.
Getting back to Halloween and Morticia, Eva says, I appreciate your debuts and all the help you give us. I've learned so much and really enjoy both of you, and you are far prettier than Morticia.
Oh my gosh, that may be the best compliment I've ever heard in my life. Oh, for real. Thank you. That's so nice.
Well, we do like to model our relationship on that of the Addams family, basically. So,
Well, they were really lovey-dovey.
they were loving and supportive and absolutely friendly.
They have intelligent... Well, Pugsley's not that intelligent.
Oh, he is.
They-
He's very good at demolitions.
Okay, well, they have intelligent, creative children that think outside the box.
The coffin.
The coffin, yes. Where are the ear tabs on this? My goodness.
Aren't the human hair wigs harder to care for?
Absolutely
Yes.
they are. Absolutely. And I usually store... Oh, like this one, I'm definitely not storing out in the open because I don't want the color to fade. But this has some synthetic in it, so now I know why I made that decision. But my actual pure human hair wigs are all up there. Right now I have 3. I've given the rest away because I don't wear them that often, and they should go to a good home. So I kept the 3 that I liked the best. Let's see.
Cheryl says, why do they make artificial and human hair combos?
That's a really good question. So synthetic hair can like take on a lot of static, and it can do this thing in really long wigs that I like to very unaffectionately call clumping. And it clumps up really badly, and it can be a dead giveaway that you're wearing heat-friendly synthetic hair. And you can see this is a really long wig that isn't super curly, so they probably did not want that to happen with this wig. So it's definitely a premium thing to add some human hair to a heat-friendly synthetic wig, because this is what happens. Human hair wigs are really expensive, particularly really long ones. So this would be a much more expensive unit if it were this long and was all human hair that looked like this. that would be very, very expensive. So they can keep the price probably around, I want to say like this one was about 100, 110 bucks. They can keep the price point in a much friendlier place by mixing the two fibers with the heat-friendly fiber, keeping the cost down, and making the color a little bit more color safe, because another benefit is that human hair wigs fade, and heat-friendly synthetics will not fade like that. So it's how they can get some of these colors so vibrant, that sort of thing. So there are a bunch of different reasons. I hope I'm not just like rambling in a way that makes no sense, because sometimes I have to check and I have to ask, because to me this is like my language of everyday life, because I'm constantly talking about wigs and talking to factories about wigs and talking to suppliers about wigs, so I don't know where anybody needs me to fill in the gaps.
Well, Liz says, I love that chalk effect.
It's beautiful.
Paulina says, wow, that's a blend in Terabang.
Yeah.
Silver Street gets so unique, the colors are iridescent and great for different lighting. And Kelly just says, ooh.
Yeah, this one's pretty. And they don't
I like it, yeah.
they don't make this in a whole lot of styles, and the ones that they do tend to sell out really quickly. So if they ever retire the color, I might make a doppelganger.
There you go, Serene.
Yeah, because it's super, super beautiful. Or if it seems like they're not making it in a style that I could make it in, then I'll duplicate it, but I won't duplicate this exact wig in this exact color with this exact cap. Just kind of keep it a little bit different, so it's not quite as shameless. But yeah, I love this color.
It is amazing.
And this wig's really pretty too.
Looks great on you.
Yeah, but see, no clumping at the bottom. That's from that human hair. And I mean, I wore this for what, like a 2-hour live stream?
Yes.
In a costume, and it's, aside from a little bit of finger combing at the bottom, it was pretty much ready to go.
And what's the make on that? The brand? That's,
This is a Bobby Boss.
Bobby Boss.
Bobby
There,
Boss.
there you
And I'm not,
go.
I'm not
Paulina.
being compensated by any of these brands to talk about this, by the way. I
Hint,
really
hint, brands.
Oh yeah, if you guys want, if you're hearing me and you want to endorse me, that's cool. But just know, I just wanted to do this one for fun. Okay, so.
Give me that.
Oh, thank you! Hooray! Here.
I have a system.
Well, I want to watch your system, in case it's better than mine.
It helps if I don't accidentally let go of the net.
Look how bright that color is. It's like electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie. That's so fun. All right, I think I'm almost ready for a refill, so I'm gonna go in for
There
it.
you go. Done.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Got a lot of practice.
All right. Thank you, honey.
I saw someone put a row of human hair wefts across the bottom underneath of a long wig
Yep.
to keep the human heat-friendly fibers from rubbing on the nape. Yes.
That works great with regular synthetics too.
Shelley says, will you carry Bobby Boss wigs?
We tried it, and in fact, we still have a wholesale account with them, but people didn't buy them, and then
Yeah.
I had to mark them down like 50%, which is basically cost.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I would love to, though, if I thought people might be interested in buying them, because they make some very cute stuff if you're willing to cut the lace.
Yeah.
I'd already cut the lace on this one,
Yeah.
and kind of played around with it a little bit. They can be kind of fussy to mess with,
Yeah.
but they're worth it if you don't mind the fact that they're heavier and that the caps need a little work and that the wigs need a little work. They're meant to be customizable. All right, this one I also think is a Zurich, I want to say. I want to say that that's what this is. And this is, they came out with this color a while back. This is
Let's have
like,
a look, see what it says here.
it doesn't say the right thing. This isn't the right bag.
Oh, this isn't the right bag. Oh.
No, this one's kind of like meant to be an Aurora color. And my goodness, this thing is tight. Okay.
Aurora.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went into Andrew's sister's territory there.
And these have, by the way, really, really, oh goodness, really flimsy ear tabs sometimes. Like this one barely even has ear tabs. So it's hard to put on. And it has an extreme side part.
It's a bit like Indigo Swirl, only with pink instead of purple.
Yeah. Oh, it's also way brighter in the front. And it kind of like fades. But I think it's really cool looking.
Serene says Indigo Swirl looks very close to that, only better.
Thank you. Yeah, this one's very pink in the front. It's a cool effect. So I just kind of hang on to it because I like the cut and everything. But you could see one thing, like people ask about face shapes all the time, and I think this is actually like a really good example. Like, you see how this one kind of flares out almost like I got Princess Leia buns a little bit over here on the side? Like, that's not good for my face shape. I have an inverted triangle face. It's full. Like, I got a very large head.
Well, some people disagree with you on that. They think it looks cute on you.
Well, thank you. But I mean, what I wanted to say was you could see how if you're paying attention to the line, right? The line that it is creating, that it's very, if I move to the side a little bit, you can maybe see a little bit better. It's very boom right here, right? If I play with it a little bit.
It's horizontally oriented.
That's right. So it's doing boom, like that. And, you know, that doesn't bother me. Obviously, I kept it. And I'm showing it off now. And I think that the cut's really cute. But I think that this would actually be best suited for folks that don't have my face shape. I think that this would look really, really nice on basically anybody that has kind of like a...
Dolichocephalic.
What's that mean?
Narrow face.
A little bit, yeah. You know, not somebody that's got such a big build, you know, because then it just looks poof, like that. And it's because my face is widest right here, and that's also where that wig is the widest. And I don't think it's an unflattering look. It's just very poof in the middle. I don't have the proper word, so just keep making that gesture and making that noise. Hopefully that's translating. Is it?
Brachycephalic. Wide face.
Yeah.
Broad face. Yeah.
Though you're making it sound like that's like a dinosaur or something.
Well, it's Greek. You've got dolichocephalic, long face, mesocephalic, middle face, brachycephalic, wide face.
Oh my gosh, this feels so nice. Oh. Okay.
I'm a nerd as well as a geek. Important distinction.
I think they caught on already.
Paulina, we don't know. We don't know what make that one is.
No.
We can't find the tag. We
I
can't find
forgot.
anything.
I think
don't know where the box went.
I think it's a Zurich cis wig though, and if you call it, I mean the color is Aurora. I know that. Just the name of the wig, I have no idea. But this one is we sold this one too for a while.
Oh yeah, Tori. I remember
This
that
is
one.
Tori by Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've even taken this one out of the box yet. I love this wig. And we kind of modeled Evangeline a little bit after this one. I'm going to leave the lace on this one. It's a little bit lighter, mocha. So this would probably work even for medium skin tones. It's just I'm very fair complected, so it's going to really stand out. And I'm not going to comb it because I kind of want you to see how it comes. I mean, I'll play with it in a moment, but yeah, when you get curly wigs, they don't look like they do out of the box. Like the way you see them in the images is not how they're going to look when you get them out of the packaging at all. They're not going to look the same. And that's because they have to ship the curls kind of like this, where like it's all kind of doll hair looking, like it's like very perfect and kind of together, you know, and it looks not very natural, and that's why you have to play with it. When we started to sell Evangeline, that was one of the things people kept writing our help desk about the most, was they were like, this doesn't look like it does in the images. Well, I think it's because they were too afraid to play with it, and it makes sense, right? Like, we shouldn't judge that because it's because of that return policy. So they don't want to pay a restocking fee. I can respect that. So it's a rational concern to not want to have to play with the hair, but it makes all the difference in the world when you do.
Wendy says, is this one heat friendly?
Absolutely it is. Yes.
Paulina says, put on a red shirt and it will really pop.
Yeah.
Erin says, you're a doll.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Shelley says, I didn't realize Vivica Fox made blondes so pretty.
Yeah. Oh, they're really trying to tap into a Caucasian marketplace. Some of these brands. Bobby Boss is definitely doing that. They even make wigs now. Some of the wigs they make have a light lace, and then the mocha complected ladies complain about it because, you know, they're used to that being their brand, and some of that lace is dark. But I mean, they know how to make it work, which is why we need to learn how to make it work too if we ever want to wear these kinds of wigs, because you know, they make videos about how to make that light lace work. So we should be able to have fun playing with whatever kind of wigs we want, essentially, and vice versa.
Well, Lisa says your video live stream how to deal with Evangeline's curls is what gave me the confidence to take the plunge and buy one. She's a cute style.
Thank you, and I'm glad that that was helpful. I'm gonna play with this side a little bit too, but you can see, look how perfect that is. It just is not, it's not cute. So I'm just gonna do this a little bit. I mean, look how dark that lace is on me, and there we go. And the ear tab coverage is not good because this is like meant to kind of blend into a natural side area. So, but beautiful style. And yeah, we definitely modeled our Evangeline after this particular cut. It's just, obviously, Evangeline doesn't have as much hair as Tori has a different cap than Tori. And that's one of the other differences that might stand out if you're looking at Tori, is that she's got more hair on her than the Evangeline does. It's one of the key differences. And this is definitely a heavier wig. I'll go ahead and hand this to you.
Right.
There you go, honey.
Yeah. So there we
Got it? Here's the hairnet.
Nearly.
Oh, I'm making a mess now. And I don't know if I've taken this one out of the box. I think I might have done, because it's upside down. Oh, I bought this because it made me think of like Melrose Place hair. Okay, this one I do remember. Okay.
Yep.
This one is called Chrissy. And this is, okay. Get it together, Heather. But that just feels really nice. After putting all these wigs on and then taking them back off. I know you guys know what that's like. So this is Chrissy in T2 Rose Gold. So this is like a rose gold color. And it reminds me an awful lot, honestly, of that Aesthetica Smoky Rose that came out. I almost want to go grab Smoky Rose so I can kind of compare them. You guys into that? Are they into that? Oh, no.
I haven't got to that bit yet.
Alright, well let me know if you're into that. I'll show you what this one looks like on first, and then... Oh, here we go. You know how I was saying some of these brands are now making wigs with light lace? Right?
Yes, do it. Yep, sure.
Okay, so this is the sensational Cloud9 Swiss lace wig. The line is called What Lace? What Lace? And they're made with light lace. So they're very us-friendly. The problem is, though, the weight of the wig, the fact that it's heat-friendly synthetic, though, you know, you're probably used to heat-friendly synthetics now. There are combs, clips, those are going to be a little bit different, and this will require a little bit more work to get it to sit right, just because, you know, it might require you to wear some adhesive or something like that to go in the front, and you'll have to trim the front. But here, I'm going to put this on.
Elisa says the answer if we want to see something is always a resounding yes.
All right, well.
Ray, the next time someone asks if you're a god, you say yes!
Is that Ghostbusters?
That's Ghostbusters.
I got a reference.
Hey, Faye.
Yes. Okay. Good stuff. All right. You can see how much lighter this lace is, right? Because I didn't cut that. All right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a Smoky Rose if I can find it. If not, I'll just come back.
Alrighty. So, ooh, I love that sparkly fiber optic dandelion clock fountain thing that Heather's got. We are very simple in our tastes. Shiny head.
It was in the stack in the hallway. One of the many, many stacks in the hallway. Okay. So...
Cheryl says allergic to adhesive and don't want to deal with the mess, so I like Sister Wigs' current wigs.
Thank you for letting me know that, because that is definitely a problem with some of these fashion wigs. They do require, in the cases of some of these lace wigs, a lot of help and adhesive. Okay, so this is Jet by Aesthetica, and this is in Smoky Rose. Now, obviously, this is not a heat-friendly color, and it is not rooted. So, when I said in my video that to me the Smoky Rose looked more like a rose gold than a Smoky Rose color, that's kind of why I was making that assessment, because it's a more rose gold color than a color that's calling itself rose gold. Is that coming across at all? The
Yes.
lighting might actually make the effect of the smoke come through. Because I've noticed that this one changes its appearance based on the lighting. When you take it outside, it looks very much like a rose gold color. But when you shine a really bright light on it, you can actually see that kind of smoky undertone, but it's also got gold in there and kind of like a gold blonde up in there. But the lighting with this ring light might actually be making the effect come through. I can't tell. What do you see?
Blushy peach color, my kind of
Yeah,
colors
yeah.
for sure.
So that's it. So let me put this jet on since, well, before I do that, take a look at the style. As you can see, I kind of thought this was like Melrose Place hair because of the whole like Jennifer Aniston layers in the front. And it does have a very nice monofilament part on top, kind of like in the center of the wig.
So the one you have on is rose highlight, says Paulina.
This one is called T2 Rose Gold. So it's literally a rose gold color, the one I have on. But it's way more pastel, I'd say.
It's very pastel pink and light blonde. I wouldn't call it rose gold.
Yeah, and same thing with smoky gold. I would not call this, or smoky rose rather. I wouldn't call this a smoky rose color. It's almost like I mean, it's an interesting color.
Yeah. I don't know what to call it though, because it doesn't look smoky. A bit rosy, a bit blondie. Rose blonde, maybe.
I mean, it's a pretty color.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not
For
a
sure.
pretty color.
But the color name is baffling.
I don't think it's appropriately named.
You can see why some people like me like the rooted colors, because can you imagine if this was rooted, how much less jarring that would be here on the sides? Yeah.
I call that a rose blonde more than anything.
It is definitely a blondish color.
Peachy rose blonde.
I love this jet wig.
Yeah. Well, you look good in that.
And it's asymmetrical, which is super cool. Like it's like
Thank you, Cheryl.
it's like ruby rose hair. Except just not in this color.
What color and number was that the Melrose Place wig, says Linda?
Yeah. This is, I'll just show it to you. Where is it? It's on one of these tags somewhere. Hold on. Boop doo, boopity bop bop. Where are you? Here we go. It's called Chrissy, and the color is T2 Rose Gold. There you go. All right. I'm just gonna set these down for now, Nigel, rather than bombard you with two at once.
Yeah, we've only got a couple left to go.
Right,
So.
so I'm just gonna take these over here. I don't really need the canvas blockhead at all.
No.
I just had it there in case I did.
Just in case, yeah.
See how much hair is actually sticking to my velvet trousers.
Retlini. In case you ever want to say just in case in Mandalorian, it's Retlini.
What's that sound in the middle?
Retlini.
Retlini.
Retlini. Retlini.
I don't know much Mandoa, but I do like that little Jawa you got me goes ooh 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 teeny.
Yeah. I'm gonna go fetch that now.
Ooh 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 teeny. Oh, this color is fantastic. All right, so this is a cool color. I'm happy to show you this one. This was one that was hard to find. This is the Psalm 2 Pourquoi. Okay. And this is, let's see, who makes this? Who makes you? This is a sensational wig. Okay, good to know. And this is called Inna in that color. And that's what she looks like on. Alright. I'm so excited about this color. Okay. This is another one that I would have some interest in, though I thought it might be neat to do with something like this with maybe that seafoam green color or something like that, but it's a gray, like a light gray color that has this beautiful sort of, it's almost like our rose blush color really here at the bottom. So this has a yaki texture. That's why it's not super shiny, but it also gives it this kind of like, when you look at it really up close, it's almost like a ripple effect. I see somebody on there saying, are you going to be making anything similar to Jet? Actually, yes. I've already started talking about making some short wigs, but short wigs are tricky because I personally have difficulty wearing a lot of short wigs just because how big my head is. So really, cap fit's very very important when you're dealing with short wigs, obviously, because there's not much margin for error. And you know, I want to make sure that it gives me good coverage without being overwhelming for people who don't have as big of a head as I've got. So that's kind of a work in progress, really.
Can't seem to find the Java. Oh, well.
This does not want to come off. Well, we did a good impression, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, teeny. That is how that sounds. Oh, this one has lightish lace. It's like a medium skin tone, kind of like a light mocha color. Like a latte. All right.
Wiser now says, are you going to make anything similar to Jet?
Oh, I did just answer that while you were
Oh,
out.
okay, right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, right.
All right, so this one would obviously need a lace trimming pretty badly, and whatnot. I'm gonna step back, so it's not just like, hey everybody, look at my boobs. Okay, this is not that kind of channel.
Joyful to you. Hello, joyful to you. Asks, what brand are these fun colors? They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they're
We
a
got a
bunch
lot
of
of
brands.
Bobby Boss.
Yeah, I have a lot of Bobby Boss and Sensation now. I'm gonna end with a Zurich Sis wig from their Slay collection. But yeah, this is, they're all over the place. This one's Sensational. But it took me a while to find it because it wasn't as prominent on the packaging as you would think. But beautiful, beautiful color.
Later, Aaron.
Bye, Erin!
Aloha.
So, yeah, I think this is really cute. I like having the pink on the bottom. I think that's really fun. Kind of like a little surprise, and because it's kind of an ashy pink to begin with, I think that's really fun. I wish that they would put just a little bit more pink near the front, though. Like, if I were going to do a color like this, I would definitely put more pink in the front and have it just kind of melt into the color at the bottom.
Erin said so long, so I thought that meant she was leaving. She meant the wig.
Oh, it's super long.
Oh, that's a nice color.
I love
What is
this
that?
color.
That's silver and pink, and what is that color
Yeah.
again?
No, this is called Psalm 2 Pukwa. And this is a Sensational.
Mm.
Here you go.
Som tu pukwa.
I said that.
Presumably pink, white, I don't know.
It's not white though. It's like he said.
It's
It's like a
silvery.
silver on top,
Yeah,
and
so
then it's like almost like our rose blush here at the bottom.
Nice.
Yeah, except our rose blush is slightly lighter. So this is like a slightly ashier, slightly darker pink. I love these kinds of grays.
Silver Streak says, hope you make long wigs too.
Oh, we're working on it. Again,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of.
I've seen a couple prototypes.
Yeah, no, we've got a couple that I'm really stoked about. So, and I actually showed some of my patrons on Patreon what some of them look like too. We're gonna get progressively longer, progressively shorter, progressively more colors, progressively more caps. I'm just gonna
Build
keep,
it up a little at a time.
That's right. Just keep experimenting based on what people like and what I can afford, and then see what we come up with. But I also like doing stuff like this because it's interesting to get your opinions on a whole bunch of things that are kind of out there. So that way when I start developing out there things, I know that they're things that you actually have some interest in. Alrighty. Well,
Last one?
last one.
Okay. Hand me some packaging material and I'll put that grey one away.
Alright. I love this
The
color though.
pukwa.
Do you guys like long gray wigs? Because I kind of love long gray wigs, but I'm always afraid to make them because I don't want people to be intimidated by them. But yeah, and here's the rest of the.
Do you have any blonde with purple wigs, says Paulina.
We are developing a holographic blonde, which is something I mentioned that will have some purplish tones to it. And I also came up with a color called Mermaid Kisses, which is going to be kind of like somewhere between an ash blonde. It's kind of like butterbeer blonde a little bit, but a little bit more gray, you know. So like if you made butterbeer blonde by Beltress a slightly gray color and then added some like pastel highlights in both like it's got I want to say it's seafoam green, lavender, and baby pink, and there's also a little bit of like baby ducky pastel butter yellow in there. It's beautiful. It's like a pastel smoky rainbow. So we do have that coming, and I'm trying to think. I don't know. We've been working on so many prototypes, but let me know a little bit about what kind of purple and what kind of blonde, and then maybe we can see if we've got anything in the works that's kind of like that.
Cool. Question was from my daughter.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Yeah, any ideas she has about stuff she'd like me to think about, throw them at me, because at this point, like I say, the sky is the limit because we're just in the idea phase. I can't make all that stuff happen, but it'd be nice to know what kind of stuff you're looking for, because then maybe I can try to do that. Let's see. So this is Somme RT Cherry. So that's like a really soft ombre. Get it? Somme. Okay. So it's a soft ombre, so it won't look completely dip-dyed. I would argue that all of Estetica's coffee-themed colors and all of Beltres's balayage colors are literally just Somme colors, soft ombre colors. All right, so
Oh yeah, I like that one.
yeah, so this is from the Slay collection by Zurich. This style is called Olive, and the color, like I said, is Somme RT Cherry. She looks a little bit like the color I'm developing called Cheerwine Sangria, though that color is much softer than this. And I would say that my Cheerwine Sangria is a little bit brighter.
Now that color 100% buy, says Serene. Silver Streak says the best for last.
Oh, excellent. Well, if you like this, be sure to check out our Cheerwine Sangria when we release it, because it looks a lot like this kind of thing in concept. It's just a little bit
Lighter and brighter.
well, the rooting is a little softer for
Yeah.
sure, and the tips are brighter. Sorry, I'm trying to remove some of the little
Odds and sods.
yeah. Oh, there we
The
go.
bits and pieces.
And this has a middle part and a lace front and some baby hairs. But oh, I love these colors. I love this dark red. This is so deliciously goth.
Yeah.
Can you see it on the screen? I can't.
Oh yes.
Okay, good. I should have taken this tag off. My apologies.
Oh well.
Come here, you. There we go. Illusion achieved. All right.
Looks awesome on you, says Shelley.
Thank you. I love
And I
these
agree.
kinds of colors. They're very, very vibrant. What do you think of this kind of style? Like this kind of curl, this kind of length?
Barbara, hello Barbara, says goth is absolutely the first word that came to mind when you put that on.
Yeah, same. Oh, I love dramatic hair colors like this. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Of course I like it.
here, let me tuck this lace in.
If it's a bit goth, I'm for it. If it's very goth, I'm for it.
I'm just gonna tuck the lace in so I don't have to cut it on camera because I'm kind of burnt out on having hair fall on my lap. But you can kind of suspend disbelief and imagine what this would look like with the lace trimmed.
Looks like deconstructed ravens and roses.
A little bit. I mean, I would say Ravens and Roses is actually a little brighter.
Yeah, it has more black in it.
Yeah, it's got more of a contrast. And in our non-heat friendly fiber, the Ravens and Roses we're producing looks bomb in the sunshine. It looks so cool because it's like this except it's got more black blended in. And then the really vibrant kind of almost burgundy undertones really pop outside in that non-heat friendly.
Tina
color.
Tina says looks great like Rose from Titanic. Barbara says like Morticia spent a day at the beach.
Yeah! I love it. Oh, that's a great description. Summertime for Morticia. I don't see her being the beach type. Just throw that out there. Maybe at night, you know. Moonbathing.
There have been some cartoons Charles Adams did of the Adamses on the beach in daytime. It's great. Gomez is wearing one of those one-piece 1920s striped swimming costumes.
We gotta get you something like that.
And all the rest of the clan is sitting around watching him, and he's reeling something in on a big old sport fishing reel like they do for swordfish and stuff like that, and everyone is fleeing the water and looking back in horror at whatever he's reeling in.
That does sound like a very Adams trip to the beach. Yeah. Probably caught like a shark or something spooky, like a giant squid.
You would for sure need a parasol, says Hareen. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Well, how long has it been so far?
It's 93 minutes and
Holy
1 hour
moly.
33. A black
Wow.
parasol.
We made
yes.
pretty good timing then, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, does anybody have any questions or anything like that before we wrap up?
Okay, questions. Let's have some questions if you got any. Let me see that a minute. That one. That is very good. I look like a roadie. Well, sure, man.
Bouffant.
Sure, man. Whatever, like, floats your boat, man. I mean, it's just like,
Oh, wait.
it's just like your opinion, man.
Hold on. Wait, no. We gotta tuck the lace in. So
That was my actual hair.
No, sorry. I forgot. He has hair. I forgot. That
I think this is
'cause
way too small for my head.
Yeah. I'm sorry, honey. You want to try Bardot? She's roomier.
Okay, let's give that a go.
Pink.
Pink. Why not? Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, you are such a good sport. I really don't deserve you.
Yeah, that's better. That's stretchier.
Yeah, my wigs are meant to be stretchier. So, wait, is it all the way down in the
I
back?
think so. There you go.
You can see how much volume Bardot has. Put your face up a little bit. There you go. Wait, no, the way, don't look down, look up, because the way you were looking, I just kind of looked down at yourself. Can you see yourself? Because you look amazingly, I can't even come. Don't give me that look. No. No.
What look?
The British one. The really English one. Don't do that to me when you've got that hair on, because no. I can't. I so literally can't. Oh my goodness. Oh, resting British face.
Yes.
Oh,
All right, so let's.
I laughed so hard that I hurt now. That was awesome. Thank you for being such a good sport.
I know what I'm buying him for his birthday. He's John.
Oh,
Dude. What's next week's topic? We're still thinking about that.
Yeah.
When we'll put up a poll so you can vote.
No, not this week. The
No?
one that I basically asked everybody earlier. I've got samples of all 4 of those Aesthetica colors, even though you guys have seen them probably
Oh,
on
yeah,
other
the
channels.
Aesthetica one.
Would you be interested in me doing that for next week's live stream? And then you can decide which colors I add to the site and which ones get the big... Because I'm kind of on the fence about some of them. Because to me, they don't look that novel, mainly because I've seen things like these sombre colors. But it's because I buy from a lot of different pockets of the wig industry, so to me that just didn't seem... Yeah, but I like at least one of those colors. I think is really pretty, and I can tell you which one during that live stream really easily. But if you would like to see them next week, let me know. And if the resounding result is, no, don't show me that, we'll come up with a poll instead. But since I've got all 4 of them, and I've got samples, and they're just sitting in my hallway, I could always just break them out, and we could talk about them a little bit.
Okay, so Barry Gibb. I'm getting a lot of Barry Gibb.
Oh, that's so perfect, yeah.
Let's see. Valentine's Day weekend should be Nigel's cocktails.
Oh, that'd be cute.
These ones go to 11. That was a different member of Spinal Tap, wasn't it?
No, it was Nigel Tufnell.
Nigel Tufnell said these ones go to 11.
Yeah, he was also the one that called... Oh, God. Okay, this is going to be kind of raunchy, but my...
Well, it is just Wigs After Dark.
Yes, one of my favorites, probably my favorite scene from This Is Spinal Tap is where... Okay, Nigel Tufnell's at the keyboard, and he's playing this very beautiful, sad song, and then Rob Reiner, the interviewer, goes, "That's beautiful. What is that called?" And he goes, "Well, this one? Oh, I call this Lick My Love Pump." And it's like the most beautiful, sad, kind of like elegy type song, and then he calls it that. And being a musician, I just thought that was like supremely good musician humor. That was very good. Oh, and Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
which I think
The 18-inch tall Stonehenge.
that's amazing. Okay, we should stop trying to spoil a 40-year-old movie or whatever. So.
Well, I reckon you've had enough time to watch it by now. If you haven't seen it by now, you're probably not going to watch it.
But you probably should.
But you probably should.
That's right. Hello, Cleveland. All right.
These ones go to 11.
Rock and roll. Okay.
Alrighty.
We're probably gonna
Good
end
stuff.
this one before I get any more tipsy to the point where I can't talk clearly.
Well, I'm glad we helped cheer you up, Silver Streak. That's excellent.
Yes, that's what we love to hear because we love these live streams.
Yeah.
We're kind of like under quarantine, sort of, just because, self-imposed social isolation, blah, blah, whatever they call it. Just because he's on a bunch of autoimmune stuff, and so I don't want to get sick and give it to him, blah, blah. So we're kind of in the house all the time, unless I'm going to physical therapy or something like that. So it's been a real blessing to just be able to hang out, have fun, and I love doing it with you. And
Alright.
that sounded raunchy, but it is Sister Wigs After Dark.
Well, hey.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.